It's on. That's on. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Thank you for coming. So I hope this isn't like the terrible storm take 2 night. That was kind of amazing last week. Did anybody else get hail damage? And yeah, we did. If you were parked here, you sure did. Our cars looked like golf balls by the time we were finished. It was really bad. It was kind of cool to be here. I kind of would have rather been here than many other places. This place is pretty sturdy. But we started off, we were hearing, this is like crazy. We started off, we heard like, and then all of a sudden it was like, it was Anagata Davida or something, whatever that song is called. That's what it felt like. It was kind of crazy. And we felt good being here. We were safe here. The officer's out there. He kept reporting to us what happened, but his car got a starburst in the windshield, and he showed us his picture that he had a hail from outside like this. I mean, it was glad we were here. I'm glad you're here tonight because this is the place to be if you want to be safe from all of that, I pray. We have some awesome things happening tonight. First of all, this is the quiz part. Tonight I'm going to test you on what day of the Omer it is. What day of the Omer are we counting tonight? Thank you very much. Yes, I noticed someone was suspiciously quiet tonight. We will be counting 14 of the Omer, which is how many weeks? 2 weeks. So we're going to need to remember that. That's something that's coming up later. But there's also something else. We are about to start a new month. A new month is starting on Sunday and Monday. We are finishing the month of Nisan. And the next month coming up is, it sounds like emergency room. God forbid. ER. See? That was a good clue. I thought that was a really good clue. ER. We go from Datsun. No, just kidding. We go from Nissan to ER. I was at the pharmacy this week picking up meds for a change, and the pharmacist asked me a question, first about Noah's Ark, and then about, and what month did they land, and then about the book of Esther. And he knew that the first month of the year was Nisan. I'm like, that was I was very impressed. So I'm glad to do that. I want to talk to you in a little bit about expectations. And I will explain to you why once I get there. But there are things in our life that we expect. And sometimes it's something that we don't even realize that we have expectations about. And so sometimes we're disappointed when those things don't get to happen. And sometimes we don't realize why we're disappointed. Everything seems like it's going great. Why do I not feel like it happened the way it was supposed to happen? So that's what I want to talk about. I want you to think about that. I also want to put us into perspective of where we are in the Jewish calendar right now. So not only are we counting the Omer, and we are 14 days, which is 2 weeks, and you need to remember that for later, and not only are we about to start ER on Sunday and Monday, it's a 2-day Rosh Chodesh, a 2-day new month, but we are also in the middle of the week that is filled with modern Jewish holidays. Most of the holidays that we commemorate are things that we were told to do thousands of years ago. But these are holidays that we commemorate now. These are holidays that are fewer than 75 years old. That's not very old at all. And so the first one was yesterday. Yesterday on the Jewish calendar was Yom HaShoah. And it is the kind of holiday that knocks the wind out of you. And if anybody was watching the news reports about the condition of the world right now and how few people are aware of what happened during the Holocaust, it's devastating. And it's the 35th year that we will be having, in part thanks to Sydney, a Holocaust remembrance service that the community does. And we will have that on Sunday at 3 p.m. And it is in a large part, so that people know and that we don't forget and that everybody remembers and that we now move forward into a world where this cannot happen again. So 3 o'clock on Sunday. This year's special presentation is a musical presentation. According to what I saw, I think this is the 4th time that we've done a musical special event in the 35 years. But that will be 3 o'clock at the Brown Chapel. And then this coming week, we have 2 holidays that are especially important in Israel. And I think that the way Israel does this is kind of awesome. That first they have a Memorial Day. And the Memorial Day is intensely painful because there's almost no one in the country. Everyone in the country is supposed to serve, and almost no one in the country, let's do it the other way, everyone in the country has someone who has been hurt or killed in a war, in the wars that are defending our country and our right to exist. Everyone. And so for Yom HaZikaron, for the Memorial Day, and for Yom HaShoah, they do this thing where at 10 o'clock in the morning, everywhere in Israel, everywhere, there's a 2-minute alarm that goes on. And wherever you are, you stop what you're doing and you stand at attention for those 2 minutes of the alarm. It is incredible. You could be driving in the car and the alarm goes off and you pull off to the side of the road, you get out of your car and you stand up. The whole country. And it's a very powerful thing. I was there, and one of the things that's powerful is just knowing that the country is small enough that an alarm can go throughout the whole country at the same time. That was pretty cool. We had power outages that knocked out everything. But it's a very powerful thing. I gained a new appreciation of what it means for a flag to be at half-mast because of what happens during that 2 minutes and what you see. And then immediately after Yom HaZikaron is over, they go into Yom HaAtzmaut, which is Israel Independence Day. So that's another thing that we have to commemorate. And there's actually prayers in the back of the book that I don't know that I'll remember to do, that are prayers for the Shabbat before Yom HaShoah and prayers for the Shabbat before Yom HaAtzmaut. But we just did. Having said all that, it's been a long week. Someone, more than one person this week, commented that it's been a week of Mondays. That sounds terrible. So I invite everybody to breathe with me. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Try to feel some relaxation. Let those shoulders go loose and try it again. Let it out slowly. Now, 2 people have already fallen asleep thanks to my wonderful introduction. My work here is done. My job is to help you have a restful Shabbat. If you're sleeping already, drop the mic, then I'm good. We turn, though, to page 82, and I don't know if everybody remembers this young lady, because she's been here many times before, but this young lady and this young man are about to both be Joe's grandchildren, because Elizabeth and Cameron are going to be married soon, and they have chosen to come here for their blessings before their marriage. Cameron is a Rifkin. I told him that has a lot of reputation here in Shreveport, which is an impressive thing to know for him, because it doesn't always, your reputation doesn't always precede you like that, but it does. So would Elizabeth and Cameron please come up and join us? Everyone else is turning to page 82, and our tradition is, if it's comfortable for you to stand and sit and stand and sit and stand and sit, please rise. Page 82. Come on over.
These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbaths of peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the Sabbath lights.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We turn to pages 167, 166. I forgot to tell Cameron he's got to pick up the glass and uncover it. Not necessarily in that order, however you want to do that part, but you get to lift the glass while you're saying the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to the holiness with the mitzvah of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage. Our days of days On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. They already make a good team at this, don't they? This is kind of cool to see. All right. The deal is you can sit down if you say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with and someone you didn't come in with. Shabbat Shalom. That was nice. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. So wait till we call you up in a little bit. I'll be back. I'm going to make you go up and down. So sometimes during a real wedding ceremony, there are things that you do where you have to wait for things. Like even for the Kiddush, first you say the Brei Pri Hagafen, and then you have to wait until you get to the part where you get to drink. And life is sometimes like that you have to wait for the good stuff. So they'll be back up in a little while, but right now they have to wait. But we're going to turn to page 84. And although we've already decided that half of this room is allergic to Hebrew, this is a good song to sing in Hebrew, and there's transliteration anyway. So page 84, we're going to sing. We're going to welcome the angels that accompany us on Shabbat. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I didn't ask her to do this today, but why don't you stay here?
Okay.
Because I need someone to read the congregational parts. So come on, put your stuff up here. You be here. The synagogue is the sanctuary of Israel, born of our longing for the living God. It has been to Israel throughout our wanderings a visible token of the presence of God in our people's midst. Its beauty is the beauty of holiness. Steadfast, it has stood as the champion of justice, mercy, and peace.
Its truths are true for all people. Its love is a love for all people. Its God is the God of all people. As it has been said, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples.
Let all the family of Israel, all who hunger for righteousness, all who seek the eternal, find God here, and here find life. You want to do this one?
Yitkada v'yitkada shemei Rabba.
Amen.
V'amad yivrach hirutei, v'amik malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon,
u'v'chayed b'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, u'v'zman kariv, v'meru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach, le'alam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach.
Yitbarak, v'yishtabak, v'yitpar, v'yinaman, v'yinaseh, v'yithadar, v'yithalev, v'yithalo, shemei dekudesha,
Brichu.
Le'lamim kol birchata v'shirata,
Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma,
v'meru.
Amen. Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam v'ad.
Oh God, how can we know you? Where can we find you? You are as close to us as breathing, yet you are farther than the farthermost star. You are as mysterious as the vast solitudes of night, yet as familiar to us as the light of the sun. To Moses you said, you cannot see my face, but I will make all my goodness pass before you. Even so does your goodness pass before us in the realm of nature and in the joys and sorrows of life.
When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when to the last full measure of selfless devotion, we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness, then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live within our hearts, and we through righteousness behold your presence.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. You may be seated unless you're another Murav who wants to come up and help with the next prayer, please. We're in page 88.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Adonai Elohim. You can stay because you're good at English too. At the bottom of page 88, please lead us in the English.
You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. Thank you. I, the Eternal One, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light to the nations. We are Israel, witness to the covenant between God and God's children. This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you shall be my people. We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship of race or nation, possessions or power. You who worship gods that cannot save you, hear the words of the Eternal One. I am God, there is none else. We are Israel. Our prophets proclaimed an exalted vision for all the world. Hate evil and love what is good. Let justice well up as waters and righteousness as mighty stream. Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed. Sorry, that line didn't feel nearly as comforting after all the rains as it did last week before the rains. Waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Sorry. You shall not oppress your neighbors nor rob them. You shall not stand idle while your neighbor bleeds. We are Israel, taught to beat swords into plowshares, commanded to pursue peace. Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children will be taught of your God.
and great shall be the peace of your children. We are Israel, O God, when we are witnesses to your love and messengers of your truth. You are my witnesses, says the Eternal One, and my servant whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me. We are Israel, O God, when we proclaim you God our Redeemer, as did our ancestors at the shores of the Red Sea. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele, malechutecha rahuvanecha bokei ayam lifnei Moshe zeili anu ve'ameru Adonai imloch leolam vahed. And it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. O God, spread over us your shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, and bless us with rest. And let a time come when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish, a time of happiness, of contentment and rest. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom, aleinu va'al kol amo Yisrael, al Yerushalayim va'al kol ha'olam. We give thanks to the night, for the night and its rest, and the promise of peace for all the world. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Please rise for the tefillah, which begins on page 93. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, ve'Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, ve'Koneh Hakol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. God of all generations, of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel, be praised. Your wondrous creative power fills heaven and earth. God of life and death, be praised. Through us, send help to the falling, healing to the sick, freedom to the captive. Confirm your faithfulness to those who sleep in the dust. Awesome and holy God, be praised. With acts of love and truth, we hallow your name. As it is said, be holy, for I, your eternal God, am holy. God of times and seasons, be praised. Enable us through Sabbath rest to explore and learn and impart the meanings of your Torah. Make our hearts ready to serve you this day and all days. God who answers prayer, be praised. May we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God. Source of life and its wonders, be praised. You are the miracle within all we behold. You are goodness, you are compassion. We give thanks to you forever. Please join me in the paragraph below the Hebrew. God of peace, of justice, and of love, be praised. Inspire us to banish forever hatred, war, and bloodshed. Help us to establish forever one human family united in peace. God of peace, bless us with peace. We take a moment now for silent prayer, the prayers that are in our own hearts, or what's on the bottom of page 96. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, be acceptable to you. God, my rock and my redeemer. God, my rock and redeemer. Sorry, I have to laugh every time we say God, my rock, because just this week, the Badt class were giggling about, why is that a cool thing? For God to be a rock. It's a great conversation to have with your kids about why is God being a rock a cool thing. But before we do that, we have a few things we need to do. Please turn to page 162. This is the first of the things I asked you to remember. We're about to begin a new month, and the new month is called ER. You're good at this? Not Eeyore, ER. That's good. And it begins on Sunday and Monday. So we say, Yehi Ratzon Milfanecha, our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us renewed good and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, and health, a life full of blessing, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Wondrous God, in ancient days you led our people from bondage to freedom. Redeem us now out of our exile from one another, making all Israel one united people. Rosh Chodesh Iyar, Iyeh B'yamei Rishon V'Sheni. The new month of Iyar will begin on Sunday and Monday. We read together at the bottom of the page. God of holiness, let the new month bring for us and for the whole house of Israel life and peace, happiness and joy, deliverance, and comfort. And let us say, Amen. The next thing we do is we count the Omer. So what did we say? How far are we today? How many days? 14, which are how many weeks? So the blessing is, and it is fulfilling a commandment, and the blessing is, we praise you, God, because you made us holy by giving us commandments. You commanded us al sfirat ha'omer, about the counting of the Omer. So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat ha'omer. So first we're going to say it in Hebrew. I apologize to those people that are going to get hives from this, but we say, Hayom arba'a asar yamim shehem shavuayim lachodesh. Today is the 14th day, which makes 2 weeks of the Omer. You just did another mitzvah. Wow. And then we turn our hearts and our prayers turn to those who are ill, recuperating, as we turn to the inside back cover of the prayer book. And I turn off my microphone to read off these names. If you want to add a name, please call it out now. For all these names, for the names we choose to hold in our hearts and not say out loud, we say together, O God, in our hearts we name those who are facing illness and pain. We join our prayers with the prayers of all who love them. Give them renewed comfort and courage. Strengthen in them the healing powers you have placed within us all. Guide the hands and hearts of those who are entrusted with their care. May the knowledge of your love and ours give added hope to them and to their dear ones. May they find even greater strength because our prayers were linked to theirs. Baruch atah Adonai rofei cholim. We praise you, eternal God, the source of healing and health. And we add, Misheberach avotenu v'imotenu, may the one who blessed and protected our ancestors guard all those whom we have entrusted with the responsibility of defending our freedom and protecting us in this country, in the land of Israel, and everywhere they have been called to serve. May they return home safely. And let us say, Amen. So before we do our blessing for our couple, I told you that I wanted to talk for a moment about expectations. So I have a couple of little stories for you. One of them is, this is a true story, that a man from India married a woman who was American, and they live here in this country. And for the first time, the mother-in-law from India was coming to visit. And so the daughter-in-law was excited. She couldn't wait to show the mother-in-law around. She couldn't wait to get to know her better. She was really excited about the visit. And when the mother-in-law lands and they get to the house, the daughter-in-law was kind and said, boy, you just had like an incredibly long trip. May I help you unpack? We've got you a place in our guest room in our house with closet space. And the mother-in-law was very happy to have the daughter-in-law help. And so the daughter-in-law is taking things out of the suitcase, putting them in the closet. And these clothes are clothes from India. And the daughter-in-law had not seen things like this. She's seeing saris in colors that are magnificent. And each time she takes something out of the suitcase, she comments on something really striking about these things. oh my gosh, look at this, feel this, this is beautiful. Look at the colors. And the mother-in-law said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then the daughter-in-law leaves to start getting things ready somewhere else, and the mother-in-law goes to her son and says, what a selfish woman you married. You know, of all the things you can say about my wife, selfish is not in the top 100. What are you talking about? So the thing that they didn't know is that in the mother-in-law's world, when another woman compliments you on something, it means that she would like it. And in her culture, among the women in India, in this group, that's a good thing. It's okay. They exchange things all the time. And it's a compliment to say, you've chosen well, that's nice, and you've chosen well, and that's nice, and that's what they do. It's a thing for them. But the son could not have known that because he's never been a woman in India. And the daughter-in-law certainly couldn't have known that. She's never lived in India to know that. And the mother-in-law could not have known that that's not how things work here because she's never been in America. And so that's a number one story that I want to tell you about expectations and how sometimes you have no idea what's going on and why people are frustrated with things. Another story. So imagine that you're a young guy and you want to meet a young woman. And someone said, a good place to go to meet young women are at synagogue. So you go to synagogue. And sure enough, right there, right near you, there's that girl, and she's beautiful. And you want to spend as much time with her as you can to get to know her, so you find yourself like standing at the cookies you notice that she likes at the Onik Shabbat, and you happen to be standing together and you talk and whatever. And so eventually she invites you on Saturday mornings after services to come back to her house. And you're with her family. Grandpa is there and grandma's there and everybody's there, and you are washing dishes with grandma finally. I mean, you're in now. And you're enjoying this because all you want is to spend as much time with her as you can, and this is a great way to spend time with her. And eventually you ask her to marry you, and you get married. Next thing you know, you don't feel like you have to go to services that often anymore because your primary purpose of going to services was to get to know her. And meanwhile, she is saying, I found the ideal guy. Not only does he want to go to services like I do, but he loves washing dishes with grandma. But you're not doing that anymore because you don't have to. You're spending lots of time with her and her family. And it's not that you don't like her family. It's just that you liked your time off, and that used to be your time off, and now it gets to be your time off again. So you can see how this can go very, very bad because each person in a relationship has expectations. So these are some of the kinds of things that I talk to young couples before they get married. I tell them stories like this to try to help. That sometimes you don't realize that in your family, you always went out for dinner for your birthday. But here it is that your partner makes you your favorite meal and gives you that watch that you've always wanted, you've been eyeing, and you wouldn't have bought for yourself. And at the end of the night, you just ate your favorite meal, and you've got this cool new watch on, and you still feel like something's missing. And you don't understand why. Because you didn't realize that you had this expectation of the one time during the year that your family went out was for your birthday, and you didn't go out for your birthday. Your loved one made it for you, and you realize that's even more loving and time-consuming and everything than just going out to eat, but that's what you did for your birthday. And so, in any relationship, but especially a new couples relationship, those are some of the kinds of things that you need to watch for. Those are the kinds of communication things you need to always keep those lines of communication open about. And it doesn't just work in marriage situations. It works in business situations, and school, when talking to your teachers, and in the synagogue and talking to people. Sometimes it's hard to know why a person reacts the way they do because they had other kinds of expectations. So keep those lines of communication open. Having said that, I'm going to let Mr. President come up, Gary, come up and tell us what we need to know, our expectations from the congregation. We had a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you want to read all of this, but sheesh. If we have low expectations for you, that's right.
Shabbat Shalom. The Thank you to the Bernstein and Badt families for hosting the Oneg Shabbat this evening. Blessing the candles and the kiddush, and mazel tov to the Bernstein, Badt, and Rifkin families on the upcoming wedding. Every Friday in April, we have special services. The Lanyap Shabbat service that was scheduled for tonight is canceled. Next Friday, April 20th, we will celebrate the 70th birthday of the State of Israel and the 70th birthdays of Laurie Levine and Cheryl Rubin. Join us for the festivities and special Oneg Shabbat. April 27th, Spencer Reichman and Sarah Dunham are scheduled to be our cantorial soloists. We do have religious school and Hebrew school all of the remaining weeks in April. We also have special events each Sunday in April. The 35th Holocaust Remembrance Service will be held 3 p.m. this Sunday, April 15th, at the Brown Chapel at Centenary College. Cantor Neil Schwartz, Rabbi Jana, and Sarah Dunham will sing music of the Holocaust. Remember to thank the Federation for helping to coordinate and sponsor this community event. Sunday, there will also be a Holocaust program on Red River Radio, 89.9 FM, and online. It is called Kaddish and will air Sunday at 7 p.m. Sunday, April 22nd, we will have a special Earth Day program with a breakfast at 9:45 and a presentation by John Paul Young. Mark your calendars to come to the B'nai Zion annual meeting Sunday, May 6th at noon. We will take the new congregation picture, thank outgoing officers, and vote for new officers. Hear about the state of the congregation, and lunch will be served. There is no fee for the lunch for congregants, but please let the office know that you plan to come so that enough tables and food will be ready for you. Graduation Shabbat will be Friday, May 4th, and then confirmation, Shavuot, and Yitzkor service will be Friday, May 11th. May Day. Are you drowning in papers that need to be shredded? B'nai Zion will have a shredder truck here on site, and you can bring your paper too. Please bring your paper to B'nai Zion on May Day, May 1st. B'nai Zion is requesting an $18 donation for the first banker's box size box and $10 per box or batch beyond the first. The shredding will be done on site to ensure the privacy and sensitivity to the documents being shredded. Donations were made to B'nai Zion or for Pulpit Flowers in honor of the engagement of Elizabeth Bernstein and Cameron Rifkin by the Badt and Bernstein families. In loving memory of Molly B. Tech by Debbie DeLynn.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Appreciate it. All right, so stay up here, though, because I'm going to need some help. I decided that I think a cool thing would be if we could get people to come up and help hold a chuppah while we bless this young couple. Part of the reason why they're here is so that they can have a blessing. In traditional circles, it's called an ufruf. So come on up. I would like the family to come. And they would get a... Come on in. Come on under. Stand this way. Come in, come in. Come here facing me. Come here, face me. You can stand behind them so you're helping to bless them. Joe, you need to stand with them so that you're helping to bless them. Come on in and help to bless. Everybody's in. All right, come on, Grandpa. You're good. Yay. Source of life, we ask for your blessings for Elizabeth and Cameron. We pray that the sacred commitments of their wedding day will sustain them all the days of their lives. May the love that binds them be lasting, and let their hearts be filled with patience and understanding. May their home be like a little sanctuary built on the devotion to God, Torah, and Israel. May you be blessed with health and courage as your love and friendship deepens through the years. We pray that you will enjoy good fortune and find shalom, find peace together. All right, so I need Mom and Grandpa to put your hands on their heads as you bless them. And we're going to say together, may God bless you and protect you. May God's face be lifted up to you and be gracious to you. May God May God's, I forgot where we were. We should have said light. We were supposed to do lights, God, the light of God's face. I'll do it better next time when we do this. You're not going to have to do it again, but I'll bless you all after. I'm not used to doing it in English. I should have done it in Hebrew. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine on you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be lifted up to you. God has a lot that God wants to look up to you both about. And may God grant you peace. Siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, u'siman tov, siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, u'siman tov, siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, u'siman tov, yehei lanu. Siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel tov, u'siman tov, siman tov, u'mazel tov, u'mazel. And we could have the couple come back up to help us open up the ark, along with everybody under 13, because they usually help to do this. Come on up.
Sure.
Come on. Everybody's turning to page 148. You coming? No? All right, 148. Come on, open up the ark. See, you're doing things. Obviously, we had that chuppah to symbolize the home you're about to build together, and now you're already doing all these things together. Come on. And look this is what it feels like when you've got kids hanging out, too. All right, let's see what's in the lower one. See if I tried to fix them before, but the humidity is making them all fall down. What's in there? Yeah, see? Come on. Yeah. Life gets good, guys. Blessings to you also. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'tet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoy haratzot, velo samanu kimishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. And on the facing page we're going to sing in Hebrew, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. And when the arks are closed, you may be seated. Kids are enthusiastic and cute and helpful. And don't forget that. Mazel tov. Blessings to you. Only good things. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I hope not. Even at joyous occasions, we remember sad things. We remember those who are no longer with us. This week, as we're between Yom HaShoah and Yom HaZikaron, we remember an oppressive number of people who have died for no good reason. And it is our job to honor their memories. We also remember, at this congregation, we like to remember that there are people who run into dangerous situations in order to protect us, and many of them lose their lives doing so. We've lost 12 people in our military this year. We've lost 39 police officers, including 5 canine officers, not including, in addition to 5 canine officers. We've lost 26 firefighters this year, including 2 from Louisiana. May their memories be a blessing. May their families be consoled. May we be forever grateful. And we remember, we continue on page 151. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, let us meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We turn to page 153. Life is finite. Like a candle, it burns, it glows. It's radiant with warmth and beauty, and then it fades. Its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full. But as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down in gutters. There's an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen. Yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives, we give life. Something of us can never die. We move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. However brief may be our time on earth, O God, you endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. We now recall the loved ones whom death has taken from us these past 30 days. We remember Sarah David. And as we remember those who died at this season in years past, we take them into our hearts with our own. Those for whom we're observing Yortzites this past week include Isidore Friedman, Salome Gardspain, Louis Golden, Barbara C. Goodman, Lois P. Cooperman, Clara L. Lieber, Charlton E. Meyer Sr., Nathan Pfeiffer, Harry Rosenzweig, Sally Sorkin, Bob Sussman, Molly B. Tech, Henry S. Wiseman, Doris Sussman Yates, John Zuzak. In this moment of memory, our griefs and sympathies are mingled. Loving God, we rise as together we praise your name. The mourner's Kaddish for those we named and those who remain unnamed, for there's no one left to remember them, the mourner's Kaddish is on 154. The translation is 155. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehe shemei rabba mevarach le'alam olalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. You may be seated. So there is a reason why I don't always do the prayers that they have at the back of the book. I just want to show you what it says on 182 and 183. We have a song to sing. There are things that we can talk about Israel and how important it is. But they don't have Hatikvah in here. It would have been lovely if they had Hatikvah. So instead, I am going to call up those of you who are under 13 years old to help us say a blessing, because there's a lot of good food out there. More for us is all I'm saying. I tried to get through a service quickly enough so that we didn't lose power or anything this time. Did you notice how good that was? Last week we lost power. We had all those. Come on, everybody under 13, come on up. You want to go? Here, let's stand over here. Grandpa, stand over here. You're going to help us. You're like under 13, right? Sometimes. Take that off. Abracadabra, poof. Oh, my goodness. And it's already cut. Yeah, so be careful. That's because, flu season and stuff. All right, ready?
Motzi lehem en haaretz. We give thanks to God for the
I'll let you do the English part. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, hold on, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon. All right, you take pieces, and then we're going to pass it around. It's okay if it's more than one piece. It's just cut to help. Oh my goodness, it's not cut helpfully. And then we're going to pass it to this family. Take some. It didn't help at all, that cut business. We thought it was going to help. Take and pass. Take some, take some, take some. Everyone please rise for the closing event here. Take the tray and pass it around. Closing benediction. You get share. On this side, get some too. Take and pass. I saw Joe, do Hebrew. Don't let him trick you anymore. I saw him even doing the Hebrew. It doesn't get any better than having blessings like this. Many generations together, generations growing up together, being able to celebrate. I hope you know that this is always your home too. It is a wonderful thing to know that you have many places that are your homes, and this is always your home. And we feel closer because you got to share that with us and that we got to share it with you. Thank you for that. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmarecha. May God bless you. May God protect you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May the light of God's face shine upon you, be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face always be lifted to you. May God grant you peace, long life, health, prosperity, and Shabbat Shalom.